So one of my favorite mods on my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750 has got to be these 12-inch ape hangers. I've been cruising with these things for about 3 years, whether they're chrome or black. It's been a long time. And honestly, they look pretty good. They look good when the bike was stock. They look good with the fork extensions. And I think they look pretty good with the 8-inch over forks. But you know what? But somebody left a comment on a video that said, hey, the bike looks really good, man. Have you ever thought about putting drag bars on it? And actually, yeah, I have thought about it. Because you know what? Honestly, the apes kind of take away from the length of the forks. But honestly, I don't want to buy another set of bars. But I have these 2-inch rise ones laying around, so today we're going to swap out these 12-inch ape hangers for these 2.5-inch low-rise bars and just see what it looks like. So this isn't really going to be more of a how-to. I got another video I'll link at the end of this one for that, but we're going to want to cover our tank. And then I'm going to pop this tachometer off of here. Next, we're going to go ahead and pop these mirrors loose. Going to undo the jam nut. Twist them off just like so. Same on the other side. Next, we're going to remove the Allen bolts on each side that hold our levers on. On the left side here, be sure to unplug this clutch switch. 1, 2. These come off just like so. What I like to do is put the bolts back in there so they don't get lost. Same on the right side of the bike. Don't forget to unplug the brake light switch. Set the screws in there so they don't escape on us. I don't know how well you guys can see this or not. There's going to be 2 Phillips head screws under the controls on the left side. One here and then one right there. The little clamshell pops off like that. And same as before, we'll take the screws, put them in their little hole so we don't lose them. And if you would guess that there'd be Phillips screws on the right side controls as well, well, then you're right. Just like so. So the right side has the throttle tube attached as well, so we should be able to scoot that guy out of the way at just enough room. And that kind of clamshells back together like so. I dropped one of the screws, but that's okay. We'll get it here in a minute. Run these in here just to keep everything together. Things from coming apart on us. Back over here on the left side of the bike, I'm going to go ahead and take the left side grip off. And what I like to do is I don't use any adhesive or anything. If you're taking grips off for the first time, there's going to be some factory adhesive in there, which what I found is WD-40 does an excellent job of dissolving that adhesive. But I don't use any when I put them back on, so it should be fairly easy. I'm basically just using this for lubrication, which I know WD-40 is not a lubricant. But it dries good, everything stays in place. You can use compressed air to do this. Some people use hairspray. Basically, I'm just kind of working. I just want to slip this grip off without too much trouble. And she pops off just like that. Don't forget your little bushing. All right, now we're to the part where we're actually taking off the bars. 6mm Allen wrench. I kind of pre-loosened these already because I was doing things out of order because, I don't know, I'm just wanting to get this done this morning because it is a beautiful day. I want to make sure I have time to ride today as well because we got to test these little mammer jammers out. Because honestly, if I like these low bars, it's going to end up being more work. I'm going to have to do the brake line again, swap the clutch cable back out for the factory one. Got a plus 6-inch on her right there right now. Riser bolts come out. You can set these someplace safe. And bam, there goes our apes. I'm going to grab our low bars, slide them in place. I got little grooves and little marks because these were installed on another bike. I think that's going to be close enough. Grab our riser, grab a bolt, snug things in place. Oop. She was not snug enough. Grab our other riser, another bolt. Factory Honda risers do have a little dot indicating the top position. Go ahead and snug the other ones in there. Not trying to monster torque these just yet. Just trying to make sure they hold the bar in place. I'm going to go ahead and try to roll these into the position we want them. This is going to be weird. I can already tell this is... I'm definitely not used to this at all. Yikes. I'm used to being up here. Once we get the controls and everything back on, we'll get everything dialed where we need it. But I think right here, I think this will work. That's what we'll do. Go ahead and snug these down. Kind of like to do these evenly, so I go like bottom right, top left, bottom left, top right. Snug everything up at first, and then go back and just snug everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and say, wow, this looks freaking weird, man. Those low bars look freaking weird on this thing. Man, the last time I saw low bars on this bike was 3 years ago, and that was the factory OEM ones. Golly. Yeah, this is definitely different. And just to, I mean, here's the 12-inch apes. I mean, the width alone, the angle, it's going to be a whole different experience. Wow. All right, so the first thing we're going to tackle is this right side here. A lot of these painted bars, they'll kind of catch your throttle tube a little bit, so I'd recommend sanding those down. And for that, what I like to use is plumber's sandpaper. It's easy to scuff up copper and whatnot before you solder things together. Regular old sandpaper will do. I'm not sure what grit this is. I've had decent luck with it in the past. And a lot of this is just getting most of the paint off. You get a nice little smooth surface for that throttle tube to slide on. So we're gonna go ahead now, take our Phillips screws out of here for our right side controls. Slide that on like so. All right, these particular bars got a little dimple on the bottom. Always buy dimpled bars if you can. There's a little locating pin on the bottom of these controls. It fits nicely in that little groove. If I can get in here, get these other screw in here, tighten that like so. Little test of our throttle tube. She's not sticking. I think that'll work. So since we're already on the right side, we're gonna go and finish up the right side. Take our Allen bolts out of our brake lever bracket thingy. Technical terms. It's whatever this piece is. And as you guys could probably tell, this brake line is way too long now. Go ahead and get that guy lined up on the bar. Just like so. We'll pull one of these out for the moment. Go ahead and get one of these bolts started just to hold everything together so I no longer need 3 hands. The other bolt, same thing. We're just going to snug these up for now because we're going to play with our lever adjustment here in a little bit. That's a fair amount of brake line. That's a fair amount of... These are actually the factory throttle cables, so... I don't know. We're going to see how this works. And underneath here, don't forget to plug in your brake light switch, as in it's a normally open dry contact. Does not matter which one you plug on which. Back on the right side of the bike, first thing we're going to do, slip on our little bushing thing. Gonna take our grip. I like to shoot some WD-40 in there. I know it's not a lubricant, but it will work in this instance. Just kind of work her on like that. Boom. Easy peasy. Slide this up here. We'll need our Phillips screwdriver again. Take our controls for the right side, pop these Phillips screws out. So I like wearing a hoodie when I'm working on stuff. Not necessarily for the warmth, but because I got this little kangaroo pouch right here I can put stuff in. So this will clip onto the bars like so. Same deal, it's got a little locating pin. There's a little dimple underneath these bars it'll sit in. It's like a little, quick reflexes. This guy clips right in here. It's kind of like a dust cover for your controls, just like that. Okay, now we can put a screw in here. Snug this kitty down like so. Other one in there like so. I think these, I wish this was rotated. Oh, there we go. Rotate this up just a hair. Snug them down nice and good. Gonna take our lever with our overly long clutch cable, or a comically long clutch cable, and there's just far too much tension on this cable. Far more than there needs to be. Run an Allen in there. Run an Allen in there to hold things together. Take this opportunity to plug in your clutch switch. Same as the brake, it is a normally open dry contact, doesn't matter what plugs into what. I kind of want to make sure I get my levers lined up where I need them. Clutch needs to come down. The brake feels pretty good where it's at. The clutch I think that feels pretty good. Once you get your levers where you want them, just torque them down. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this tachometer reinstalled. If you guys are curious to know how I installed this on my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750, I'll put a link to this in the description. Snug her down. Yeah, with the curvature of the bar, that's definitely in a less than ideal location. I wonder if I can get it here in the center. And yeah, you probably don't need a tachometer on a motorcycle, but you know what? I kind of like knowing what my bike's doing. I like having that extra little information. Try to get her lined up in the center. Do that. Try to angle her to more appealing, easier to see angle. All right, one of the final things is go to get these mirrors back on here. And I was thinking, as much as I like these little low-profile mirrors, I might maybe go with some bar ends or something if we keep these low bars. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Get that about kind of where we want it. Tighten the old jam nut, lock nut, whatever you want to call it. Over here on the right side, same thing. Trying to line these up so they're kind of parallel with each other. Just because I like things that are symmetrical, it makes my brain happy. So now it's just a matter of getting the mirrors where we want them, maybe getting some zips and kind of cleaning up this cabling and all this good stuff, cleaning this whole thing up. I'm going to rock this clutch cable I currently have for the time being. If I decide to keep the bars, I'll probably swap this back out to the factory one. We got a lot of brake line we got to do something with. And it sounds like one of the neighbors just fired up a lawnmower, which is good because we're done. So the timing is pretty close to perfect. So I'm not going to take these for a spin yet because I'm going to make you guys wait because I'm a butthead. So that's kind of like the 5-cent tour on how to replace the handlebars on your Honda Shadow. If you want a more in-depth guide, you can check the video I made here. And as always, y'all be good. See ya.